Hey, it's Alan Tudyk. You are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast with Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Rachel.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante San, everyone. You are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this show, we invite you to feel the libations.
Feel it, feel it.
We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff, and this is the show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. For this show, we continue our discussion of Danny and Eli's May 2023 trip to Walt Disney World. And look, this isn't your typical polished, practiced, pixie dust and Disney podcast. No way. We are not in Walt Disney World every day witnessing what the protesters outside the entrance to Hotel Plaza were brandishing on Saturday, June 10th.
That's right, Kev. We're here to drink, talk some Disney, and guarantee you more fun than Zion Williamson talking to porn stars on Snapchat.
Hey!
Woo, how you beat that? Because we're going to do that.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And Rachel is currently on assignment at Walt Disney World, and we're looking forward to hearing how her experience went in an upcoming show.
Yes.
And as always, we hope everyone in Weekend Land had a great week. How's everybody doing in studio today?
Doing good, man. Can't wait to get to recording and starting the end of the saga. That way we can move on to our next journey, our next
I personally
vacation.
don't want you to stop the saga because I like being caught up in the memory.
We're reminiscing about said adventure, yes?
It's cheering me up. Each of these episodes are making me happy as an individual.
Making you remember the magic.
The good times.
Yeah. Reminds me why I need to go to work.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, nothing exciting in my work week, so I'm glad to be part of this and hear what you guys have gone through and enjoyed.
Yes.
For sure. So that's
Absolutely.
awesome. So guys, how about it, man? Enough of our jibber jabber. I want to continue hearing about y'all's trip to Walt Disney World.
So here we are. It's now the third day of our Disney vacation, and we've got yet another surprise for Lily. My mom arrives in Disney World.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She was coming in to help celebrate Lily's birthday, which is coming up in a couple of days. And as with Emmy, we kept her visit as a secret from Lily. So my mom was going to be staying in her own room at the Grand Destino Tower. Because she didn't want to do all the walking, get back and forth between the casitas and all different rooms. So
closer to transportation, it sounds like.
Exactly. So when I got a text from her saying that she had arrived at the Coronado, I started rallying the troops, and we all began heading to the main lobby. As we're walking over, of course, Anna and Eli are lagging behind, which is what led to me calling them the Caboose. That was their nickname throughout the entire trip.
Were they getting drinks again? Like they had
No, they moved at their own pace.
Are you saying when he went to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to get drinks, that part.
No, when it got to the lobby, y'all got drinks. Just walking in general. They were always towards the rear.
We wanted to make sure y'all were good, though. We didn't make sure you didn't drop nothing. We wanted to make sure, nothing was fell behind. Okay. Sometimes you're like, hey, we forgot something in the room. We could have doubled back for you.
If it was tug of war, you're the anchor.
It was just a protective insurance.
That's cute.
Well, they always brought up the rear. That's how they got the nickname the Caboose. So when we got to the main lobby, I went upstairs to locate my mom while everyone else stayed downstairs. My mindset was I just wanted to make sure that she was all checked in first. And because I didn't want Lily to see her and Grammy's in line with like 30 other people with her suitcases and bags and whatnot waiting to check in. And that wouldn't have been as fun of a reunion or fun of a meeting, I guess you would say. So once my mom was done, I kind of signaled the rest of the group to come upstairs. So Lily comes upstairs and I start filming it immediately. And as soon as she comes upstairs, there's Grammy waiting at my mom's name is Grammy. Like, I don't know what it is lately, but there's this new thing now where grandmas don't want to be called grandmas. They come up with different names. So they're Grammys or they're Cocos or they're Mimis. There's like, they just
Mama.
don't call me don't call me mama. They don't want mama.
No mama.
No mama, no grandma.
no.
It's got to be something flightier.
Like a rapper name or something for it,
Oh.
you know.
It's like instead of calling it Kentucky Fried Chicken, you call it KFC because you don't want to let people know it's fried.
Right.
But
Or from Kentucky.
you can call it whatever you want to. It's still the same thing. So you're still a grandma.
I'm not a grandma Rihanna.
Exactly.
Rihanna?
So Lily sees her Grammy waiting at the top of the stairs, and as soon as she sees her, she just breaks out in this huge smile and runs over and gives her the biggest hug. And that was really a nice part of the trip.
Aw.
It was definitely a much better reaction than Emmy got.
I'm about to say, and Emmy was sitting there sad, just like, what the hell?
Well, you know, your daughter didn't have much sleep when Emmy did her thing.
What
you
up,
know.
cousin?
She was prepared.
I said at 4 a.m, man, the capacity for a human surprise is greatly lessened. So my wife starts crying. She sees this whole reunion thing, and it doesn't take much to get on her to cry, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get the
Rom-coms,
drinks.
Yeah, all that.
That's why you got the drinks. Is
I
that what
got
you're
the
saying?
drinks.
Okay.
I was like, here you go. You cried. Here you go. Here's a mimosa for your problem.
And so we headed over to Topolino's.
Oh, yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Now, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get over to Topolino's, and
This
we
is
were
true, yes.
running behind, so we decided to just Uber it. And being at the Riviera, I kept telling Eli that Disney does believe in theming being as culturally accurate as possible. So, you know, there's an adult-only topless pool over at the Riviera, right?
I didn't believe him.
I kept telling him that.
He liked to sell me dreams all the time. I'm like, come on.
Don't you know when we got up to that terrace rooftop overview, which is spectacular, by the way, you
Beautiful.
could see like 3 of the 4 theme parks just from up there.
Yeah.
But if you look down, there was the pool. And there really wasn't many people in the pool, but there was this one woman getting out of the pool wearing
Oh, my.
a string bikini that from the back made her look topless in a thong.
Oh, my.
And I started pointing to Eli, see? And immediately he's like, how much? How much is it to stay here? Come on, I'm switching rooms,
Nice
man.
little resort.
I'm
yeah.
getting all the mimosas at
Nice
this place
resort,
right here.
yeah.
I got skyliners and booty.
But the breakfast itself was great. The views were beautiful. Our server couldn't have been nicer. I really dug the artist vibe that they got over
Yes, it was a cool
It
theme.
is cool.
It was a
Yeah.
very cool
And y'all
theme.
had the characters and stuff?
Oh, of course.
Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Daisy? Okay.
there. Yeah, of course.
And y'all could get like another main as your side? Like a main dish? Did y'all do that? Or I don't know if they still did that anymore.
Oh, I didn't even try to do that. I mean, normally when we go to breakfast, like I said, I just do the standard breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
kind
that
of
makes
a
sense.
standard breakfast kind of person.
But y'all got like the pastry thing, like the
Yes,
nachos. Okay,
with
good.
the
yeah.
artist palette
Yes.
and the paint bucket.
Yeah, I
and
love that. I
helps
love that.
Add to the vibe.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was a
Good. I'm so glad.
It
Yeah.
was
yeah.
a different feeling.
Because I had a great experience when I went last year, and I was hoping y'all had this similar experience. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad to hear it.
But Mickey, Minnie, you know,
Yeah,
Donald.
Donald,
guys,
Daisy.
it was a cool,
Yeah,
the cool
they
character,
came
good
out.
food. I like the food.
And
Yeah.
the best part was that Lily kind of got into the artist vibe because she started drawing Donald and Daisy, and when the characters came around and they saw her drawing, they would just go nuts. And
Nice.
we actually got them to autograph her drawings and
Yes.
take pictures with the drawings with Lil and everything like that. It was
That's
so cool.
awesome.
So we had a great breakfast up there. It really was good. Some
Good
I'm
scenery.
glad. The scenery.
Good
and that
late night.
bar,
Yeah.
if you ever go at night, that bar is awesome.
Oh, I believe it.
You could probably see it, but you can't tell during breakfast. But that bar at night and that patio,
Oh, the patio.
gorgeous.
I bet.
Absolutely
yeah.
gorgeous.
Well, you get that skyliner action as well.
yeah, and
as
you get
the-
those skyline. You
Just
can
as
check
see
well as
private.
the topless action. You get all the action.
all the action.
That's some good action.
Yeah.
Checking out the fireworks from Epcot up there has got to be gorgeous. man.
Yeah.
But when breakfast was over, Eli had to hit up the bathroom before we left, and he was
Oh.
taking him a while to get back.
Oh, were you
and-
pulling a me?
Yeah, I'll let him tell the story, but apparently he had some difficulties.
I had some difficulties.
Oh.
I did pull a you, Kevin.
Tell me about it.
Yes, I went in the bathroom. I had to.
Yeah, Topolino's.
Yeah,
Okay.
Topolino's. I had to go, and I just grabbed the stall. I typically, if there's no one in there, I grab the stall that has the most space. Like I learned from
Sure.
the show,
Exactly.
right? And then I went there, and I'm like, "Who we?" Had to do some business, and then guess what?
What? You
No
run out of
toilet
toilet
paper.
No! No!
There was no toilet paper.
No!
There was no toilet paper.
No!
I just went for the brass ring and it wouldn't even go. But here's the funny part. So they had the gentleman who deals with the bathroom,
Yeah. The attendant. Yeah.
the attendant, thank you. He actually comes in and he sees my feet in there and he says, "That's funny."
He just says that's funny.
Yeah, he's like, that's funny.
And you're like, no, it's not.
But he just says it at first because he knows what's about to happen.
Oh, man.
And he's like, oh, that's funny. And then he comes over to me and he's like, sir, I did not have a chance to change the toilet paper.
You had
Are
an
you
angel.
okay?
Oh, my
And
God.
you okay? I was like, no, I am not okay. I need the toilet paper. I want the knife, please. And he's like, that's funny. He kept saying that. He's like, that's funny. You need the toilet paper. I didn't put the toilet paper in there, but now you need the toilet paper because you do the number 2. Now I need to give it to you. So
he felt a sense of power in that moment.
he did.
He was powered, which is so funny because you're in the bathroom smelling my dude.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I literally, if they had called me and said, hey, we got to hit Tron right now, I just woke up with no toilet paper.
You just wash your ass in the sink?
It's just been like, hey, look, attend to that. But
did you tap your foot for toilet paper?
But so the guy, to his goodness, he's like, hey, you don't have anything, right? I'm like, yeah, I don't have nothing. I'm stranded. The dude comes in, he got the toilet paper, he just slips his hand underneath the thing.
It's really funny how you just did that hand motion.
Because that's what happened. He just slipped the hand, look, just for the camera.
Oh.
He just slipped the hand in there. So he's like, there you are, sir. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then he said again, that's funny. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, if I put a smile on a cast member's face, and it made me think, like, after all this, a cast member.
All the crap they went through, yeah.
Yeah, a cast member goes through, like, that's the height of customer service, right? Like, you have to be nice no matter what someone says or someone does to you. So for him to be like, this is funny, I'm like, well, I mean, if you think me laying out this number 2 is funny for you, I guess the fumes must have really hit you good. You
smell my essence.
Yeah, I mean, get all the whiff.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Get all the funny. So, but yes, he gave me the toilet paper.
Good for you, man.
And I thought about you when you talked about it on the show, and then I took care of that. Came outside and I saw him, and I was like, "Thank you for your assistance." And he again said, "That is funny."
You sure he didn't say that's funny? I heard this on a podcast once.
No, he had a very distinct accent. Like,
that's funny.
He just kept saying, "This is funny." That's funny.
Well, I'm glad you got out of it unscathed.
It makes me wonder if he just sits in bathrooms and hides the toilet paper just to catch somebody going in the bathroom, and then he holds all the power now.
He plays some bets with the other bathroom dudes. Like, I tell you what, I would take the toilet paper away from store number 3. Let's see who shows up.
He's got like an Annie
bits.
He has an Annie Potts like receptionist. It's like, we got one.
Because that was kind of a thing where I was like on the move. Like,
you wanted to drop your thing because y'all knew y'all going somewhere.
Yeah, and then I spent time outside, and it really, Topolino's is a beautiful restaurant. Like, the whole setup of it is very nice. And yeah, so, but I got my toilet paper. I was like, thank you, sir. I'm glad you got entertainment for me providing you with entertainment that wasn't planned to be entertainment. And then I got out.
Out of curiosity, how long before he came in were you sitting there in anxiety?
Yeah, it was more like a minute.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, he was highly efficient, but him saying that it was funny is what was really the most messed up part.
That's funny.
Because it was like torture.
All right. So I'm glad the toilet situation got resolved.
I survived
for you.
it.
I'm so happy. All right.
Yes. So when breakfast was over, we checked out some more of the resort. Emmy wanted to see the Rapunzel and the Peter Pan mosaics.
Oh, the mosaics. Yeah, those are gorgeous.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful.
And as we get downstairs, who do you run into? But that girl in her thong that we saw from the terrace upstairs.
Oh.
And she's playing bocce ball with an older guy. I'm guessing he was like her sugar daddy or something
That's
like
what
that.
I was thinking.
And the rest of us are walking, but the caboose back here came to a screeching halt. I look back, and Eli's just standing there. His jaw's like resting on his belly button. And he's just staring at this woman hunched over, throwing the bocce
She was hot. I'm gonna let him finish the story, but she was hot.
That's the French
I
Riviera.
don't know exactly. I think Anna finally pried you away.
I'd have watched with me for a few minutes before being like, she was like, yeah, she's hot. You got good taste. But yeah, she pulled me away.
Yes. And we got out of there. We made our way back to the lobby. And when we walk in, the DVC desk had like a sign on it inviting guests to find Pascal.
Oh, yeah.
Who was hidden somewhere throughout the resort. Because apparently there's this little scavenger hunt game that the Riviera offers where if you find Pascal and you take a picture with him, you get a button. And Emmy and Lil end up finding him in the lounge, but I think they move him around. I might be wrong.
They do, yeah.
Okay. But that was like a nice little fun offering. I thought that was really kind of cool because it gave them something to do while we were going in the gift shop and everything like that. And they
I love that gift shop, by the way.
Yeah, it was a beautiful
That's
gift
a
shop.
nice gift shop.
Yeah,
They got
actually
nice
bought
stuff.
a shirt from the Riviera off of that gift shop.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice. Good.
It was getting to be later in the afternoon. We hadn't been to a park yet, so we were like, all right, come on, we got to get moving. We hop the bus and we go to Animal Kingdom. However, we didn't spend more than an hour or two there at most. I mean, that day was probably the most excruciatingly hot day of our entire vacation.
Oh my gosh.
Also, we didn't get Genie Plus, so there really wasn't anything set up for us to do when we got there. We walked right on to It's Tough to Be a Bug, which still holds up. All the effects were working. It was great. Hopper pounced out and whatnot, and there was no shortage of screams from terrified children in the audience. I mean,
That's
the
always
fact
fun,
that it's
though,
still, when you hear that, it's like, there's no reason to update this. This still works.
Yes, very much so.
The kids did Expedition Everest. We sat out since it hadn't been all that long since we ate, and we didn't want to upset our stomachs. We followed it up with Dinosaur, and man, they must really be thinking about getting rid of Dinosaur because that attraction had a lot of dinosaurs that weren't working. I mean, like no movement at all.
True.
I've been hearing this. Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
and they didn't even have the decency to put a strobe light on them and give us a disco dino. Nothing. So I don't know what to say, man. It's like if they're ready to let it go, then yeah, I'd rather see the ride go than to see them continuing to maintain it in this condition because it's not even.
Man,
it's not even a good show at this point.
I thought the
That makes me so
dinosaur
sad
that
to
was
hear.
eating, the other dinosaur was choking the way it was freezing up.
Oh, really?
The animatronic.
It vibrated, but it didn't come upward to unveil that he was
Yeah.
actually swallowing a dinosaur.
I almost want to do the Heimlich maneuver on it.
Exactly.
oh.
After that, everyone was ready to go. Anna had her fill the heat. Grammy really wasn't even riding anything. And none of us really cared to wait 50 minutes to do Flight of Passage for like the 20th time. I mean, they really need to do something with Animal Kingdom. I'm sorry, but I mean, it's getting to a critical breaking point over there where there just isn't really anything that you haven't experienced a dozen or so times at this point that pushes you through the heat and the fatigue to keep you going after you've been walking around Disney for a couple of days. I mean,
Right.
yeah, it just seems like a park on life support. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if when they do open a new land, they just rebrand the park altogether because they're getting more and more away from animals. You know, so it's sad, but I see that.
I hate to hear that.
I do too, but I mean, you add an Avatar, you're talking about adding
Yeah.
Moana, Zootopia. Sure. I guess animals acting
Yeah.
like humans, but
I just don't want them to lose that ride system because I think that was very unique. It's still unique, I think.
I don't think they will lose it. Right? At least I hope that they won't. But
I hope they don't
clearly, I mean,
They're not taking care of it. I keep hearing stories
Yeah.
of this. It makes me sad.
and the boneyard was shut down, so there was nothing to do in the boneyard.
Those are probably the two best things in that area.
Mm-hmm.
The boneyard and that ride.
And one's not working right, the other one was shut down. So it gives me pause for concern. Chester and Hess is just a mess. You can see where the Primeval World is just gone. It's terrible. I really feel bad. I mean, really, it's getting into a desperate situation.
Because there's no place to get no cool area. When it's humid like that, you can't
Right.
breathe unless you want to go into one of their stores.
Right.
And
They got a ton of misters there, but it still doesn't help.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Oh.
Anyway, we scheduled an early dinner at Narcoossee's because we still had tickets to H2O Glow Nights for 7 p.m. So our dinner at Narcoossee's was like 5 p.m. And we got there a few minutes early, so I checked in with the cast member at the door and we waited outside with everyone else. And then 10 minutes passed, and then 20 minutes passed, and one by one, we're watching every table get called in except for us.
Yes.
Now, keep in mind, the restaurant opened at 5.
Oh, my
Our
God.
reservation was at 5.
We were there.
They didn't start seating people until it started to be 5. We were there before 5. So it's not like there was like, oh, I'm sorry, so there's somebody sitting at your table. They just won't get up. No, the restaurant was completely empty. 30 minutes passed, and I check in with the host, and come to find out there was some kind of error when he went to check us in, so we never actually got checked in.
Oh.
Once he officially checked us in, within 5 seconds, we're called.
Yeah. I blame the hostesses. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think they were off their game that day.
We get
That's a
in,
shame.
and the new Narcoossee's, it looks really, really good. I mean, I miss the open kitchen. I miss the leveled seating, that sunken bar. It kind of gave the place a little bit of character, but with everything on the same level, I don't know, it helps to make the restaurants feel bigger than what it is,
Right.
which is good. But in doing so, you have lost some of the intimacy of the restaurant. I will say that.
Okay.
But that's just kind of like nitpicking, I guess you'd say. I'm happy to report that the food is still amazing.
Yes.
The decor is still amazing. The atmosphere is still amazing. The booths facing the lagoon are great. The food's delicious. The service is top notch. We had a waiter. I want to say his name was Richard. And he was like really unbelievably kind to us and everything. Like everything with him was, it would be my pleasure. And you have a beautiful family. And then they combine the two and it'd be like, it's my pleasure to serve your beautiful family.
The only thing he was missing was to not call us Your Highness.
Yes.
Oh, cute.
It was very, very, very nice.
Yeah, no, he was cool. He wanted to come to Lafayette, and we talked to him a little bit about Lafayette and what to deal with there as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, it's still expensive at Narcoossee's, but it's well worth it. And best of all, no prefix menus. Although, as Eli noted, when waiters at Disney point out their favorite dishes, they do it in a certain way.
I love you, Danny. We noticed this a couple of times, right?
Yes.
So, like the waiter, they come by you, they're like, "Oh, hello, my friends. You're doing a good choice here. Let me make recommendations to you."
Don't tell me.
And then they're like, "I recommend this. I recommend that. This is better than this. Is better than that." And then I happen to notice that every time they make a suggestion of what you should take, it's the most expensive thing on the menu.
No,
I'm glad you waited for that.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that, but then you said it. I'm like, son of a.
Because look, I was on vacation, right? Like I was on vacation, so like I'm gonna pick some of the most exotic things that I know I would never eat anywhere else.
Right.
And whenever he was making a suggestion, I was looking at the menu, and that's what I said, "Dang, you ever notice that what they suggested is like the highest thing on the bill?" Like,
of course.
Just come out with that. You know, that's how I look at it.
Terrible.
Well, unfortunately, in no small part because of the half an hour we lost waiting to be seated, by the time we left and got back to our room to grab our bathing suits and whatnot to make it over to H2O Glow Nights, we're already at 9 o'clock at night. So while I'm getting the tickets, my mom and Emmy is teaching Anna how to do the Cupid Shuffle out in the entrance of Typhoon Lagoon.
Oh, that's yes.
Yeah.
Right when it started.
They were dancing up a storm. Now, we get in, there's only like 2 hours now because we got in at 9. It's closing at 11. There's only 2 hours to experience H2O Glow Nights. And we still had to get towels. We had to get lockers. We had to get change, all that. We ended up grabbing drinks and a table over at Let's Go Slurpin' while Emmy and Lily made their way into the wave pool.
Perfect.
And I just can't emphasize enough how beautiful they've got Typhoon Lagoon lit up at night. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's a shame they don't keep it open later than 5 because it really does look good at night. But you can only light so much because all the water slides, if you went down a water slide, you rode down it in pretty much close to darkness.
Yeah.
You had no idea where you were going. You didn't know if you were turning. It was like,
are we getting into that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Not even no neon, no, just
not on the water slide itself, like in and around the park. Yes.
Yeah.
Everything was lit.
In the thing.
There's no glow lights as you're going through the tunnels. No.
I'm going to wait till you get to that point. Because
like Willy Wonka. Ooh. There's no way of knowing where you're going.
Yeah, you got to trust God.
That sounds scary.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
We grabbed our drinks and we checked out the DJ. Anna was having a good time doing the Macarena in the sand on the beach.
Like,
she was up at, they had a whole DJ section, like nice. Goofy and Chip and Dale. They were dancing.
Captain Hook was there.
Captain Hook and Smee were in the crowd.
Yeah,
that sounds like
dancing
fun.
With the crowd. It was pretty interesting stuff.
I wasn't whole. It was like you remember the Lost Boys?
Yeah,
when they were partying at the beach, minus the saxophone blowing fire. Yeah, it was pretty much like that.
That's awesome.
They had a couple of people that were locals that were there. I looked at one chick. I was like, ooh, I think she's single, but no, she was part of the plan.
She was glowing.
Yeah, no, she had the necklace and everything. She was doing, it was a good time though.
She was a cast member.
It was a good time, and then the DJ was keeping it going, like playing that good old 80s, 90s beat. It was nice.
That sounds like a dance party I can get behind.
It was fun on stage.
It was fun, but we couldn't experience it for too long because we had less than 2 hours to see the entire park.
Is that all you had? Is that how long it lasted with the glow nights?
No, the glow night started at 7, but we were late getting over there because Narcoossee's held us up about half an hour, and we still had to go back to the room, get our stuff and whatnot.
Right.
Now there's about like a little over an hour left, and we knew we needed to kind of keep moving. So best way to see the park, of course, is the lazy river. So we grab a tube and we go floating around
favorite thing.
On Castaway Creek.
Love it.
Now, I've still got my phone on me because I want to take photos, and Eli's got his phone as well. Now, I had looked up my phone to make sure that the iPhone 12 was water resistant. And when I read it, it's like my iPhone could withstand water up to a depth of 19 feet for like 30 minutes. So I'm like, well, there's nothing here that deep, and I'm not going to be submerged for over 30 minutes, so we're good. Eli wasn't sure about his phone, so he went his own way about doing it by putting his phone in a plastic bag and just twisting it.
Yeah, well, because I went to the store and they said you could put it in this little case. They sell these cases at Typhoon Lagoon.
Like for $50.
For $50. But then I also had my wallet. So the girl was like, oh, well, your wallet won't fit with the phone. Like, well, what's the point of selling us a case to protect all your valuables if it don't protect all the valuables?
Exactly.
So she was like, oh, you got a point. So how about
She said, oh, you got a point.
Well, I mean, she was like, okay, because how am I going to buy drinks for my people?
Yeah.
So I needed the phone and the wallet. But yeah, the bag couldn't hold them both. So she said, hey, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you like a shopping bag. Looking back on it in hindsight, I should have been like, give me 2 shopping bags. But I said, give me your bag. Yeah. And I'll go from there. So I took my bag and I wrapped my wallet and my phone up within the bag, like as tight as I could.
Nice.
So by the end of the night, needless to say, both of our phones are starting to act up from water damage.
Yes.
I remember you guys saying this.
Luckily, Eli's phone started working again in about a day. Mine
it took a couple of days.
Never worked right again. Like his phone shut down completely for like 2 days. He couldn't even open it. I could open my phone, but it wasn't working right. Periodically, it would just shut down.
No.
Uh-huh. Anyway, I guess that means the plastic bag works better than Apple's state-of-the-art technology. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, bag your phones, guys.
Now for the record, though, I mean, Typhoon Lagoon was pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
And we did the lazy river.
I could stay in that for years.
There was a lifeguard, though, that I had my phone and my wallet, like, again, wrapped up in this bag. She was like, sir, you can't eat in the lazy river. Like, you can't eat. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, isn't that a sandwich that you have? I felt like I was in casino or something. Like, I was like, this is not a sandwich, ma'am. This is my phone and my wallet tied up in the back. She's like, oh, okay. Oh, no problem. So I mean, like,
weird thing to think.
Yeah, I was like, you know what?
Like, good luck with that.
All the thing a brother man can have. Now you think I'm eating the sandwich?
Guys, I'm in the lazy river. Here, look, I got Ziploc bag sandwiches. Who wants peanut butter and jelly?
Who wants roast beef?
Yeah, no, we get off at the Castaway Creek at Happy Landings where they're giving away free ice cream. Turns out at H2O Glow Night, if you want free ice cream, you get free ice cream. You get free popcorn. Any and all the soft drinks you want. Like anything you want.
I didn't know that.
That sounds awesome.
Didn't know that part.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely, yeah. We hit Gangplank Falls and Misadventure Falls, basically all the family raft rides because the more stuff we could all do together, the better.
Right.
And unfortunately, you can't fit 6 people in a raft, so we had to split it up and do 3 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped to grab drinks over at Typhoon Tilly's. When I look over at the next place over, this is called the Snack Shack, and they're serving what looks like Lapu Lapus.
Oh, God.
And pineapples?
Yes. I get in line, and sure enough, they're serving drinks and a pineapple.
Oh.
So we get the pineapple drink, only it's not a Lapu Lapu. It's what they call a pineapple glow Mai Tai.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and unfortunately, not all drinks served in a pineapple are equal.
Oh, no.
So we learned.
Yeah, it was just way too sweet. I tried it. I think there was even like a whipped cream or something in there.
Ooh.
It wasn't that good at all. I took like 2 sips and like,
it was
I
like,
can't drink it.
Yeah.
But there was also like a soft served ice cream cone that looked like Hey Hey. Like they used different colored ice cream swirls to make it look exactly like Hey Hey from Moana.
Oh, cute. Okay.
It was so cool.
I dig it.
While we did all that, Lily and Emmy went on the Humongo Cowabunga, and both can attest that Stacey was absolutely right. Wedgies are free with admission.
Beautiful.
We closed out the evening with some hot dogs over at Surf Doggies.
Nice.
And then while the rest of the group was getting changed, I finally found the Mount Mayday Overlook Trail, where I was able to finally go across the suspension bridge and get some really great photos of Miss Tilly all lit up. So I was happy about that. All in all, a great evening.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just wish we would have had one more hour there to really kind of do it all at our own pace, take it in, do Crush and Gusher, all that, man. We just never got to do all that.
Just to get the hang of it. Yeah.
But with that, that's how we close out our third day at Disney.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
So we move on to the next day, and this is when it gets kind of harder to do the trip reports because, like I said, my phone wasn't working all that well. So the way I do these trip reports is I generally take notes as we go. Well, it was hard to do that because if you typed, you couldn't. There were certain letters that just wouldn't work.
Oh no! Your phone would turn on, but you couldn't use certain letters.
Yes, you couldn't type certain letters, and sometimes it wouldn't turn on. Sometimes it would turn on, but the display would be out. Like it would be on, but it would, like you could barely see the display. So our fourth day at Disney was kind of like our bad luck day. Like it began like any other day with a late breakfast. Today it was like Steakhouse 71.
Okay.
And breakfast was okay. I don't remember our waiter being very good though. I remember Anna and Eli both ordered the refillable mimosas.
Yeah.
But like after an hour, we were almost done eating, and the guy really never came back to refill Anna's glass. Like Eli was I don't know how you were getting refills, but Anna wasn't getting refills.
I was because Anna was focused on something else, so she wasn't telling the guy anything. But I knew I needed a drink that day. I think I set a record for a mimosa drinking myself. But yeah,
really,
I think
a personal record.
I think I hit a personal record.
Good for you, man.
I think I hit 8.
Hey,
that's a lot.
Well, at some point, to be honest, because I was getting like I got him about getting Anna some refills, and he thought I was joking. Like he brings a check, and I'm like, "Oh, is there anything you need?" And I'm like, "You still have not brought my wife another mimosa. Like she's paid for this refillable mimosa. She's gotten one mimosa."
Terrible.
He comes back with like a carafe of orange juice.
Orange juice, yes,
and a thing of champagne. And so they were having themselves a good time. So I don't know how many of those 8 mimosas you poured for yourself.
No, I was gonna say I want to be
that
like
after your 8?
That was part of the 8.
Oh, okay.
This guy, to Danny's credit, the server was a nice guy, but yeah, you had to be very direct.
Yes.
When you told him like,
what
hey,
you wanted,
my glass is out. But I made sure he worked. I told him like, I'm gonna work this boy today.
It was like the cost of the refills was coming out of his check or something.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So the kid made up for it, but yeah, it didn't make the actual experience that great. Because
right. The breakfast was
took
breakfast.
a while. Yeah, breakfast was breakfast. From there, it was off to the Magic Kingdom to ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Beautiful.
And
that's Lily's favorite.
Yes.
Right, yes.
For those who may not remember, we bought individual Lightning Lane passes for it for our second day. Only when we went to the Magic Kingdom, it broke at 2 p.m. and it never reopened again.
Damn.
Well, that night, when we get back to the Coronado, I walked to the lobby, explained the issues to the concierge, and she asked, when were we going to go back to the Magic Kingdom? And I'm like, well, I think Sunday would be the earliest we can get back there. And so she moved the individual Lightning Lane passes until then. Only I didn't purchase one for my mom because she wasn't there on Friday. So when we got there, I asked her if she wanted me to buy her one. She's like, no, I'll just go check out Small World instead. Because that's her favorite ride.
Oh.
And my wife decides to keep my mother company. So now it's just Eli, Lily, Emmy, and myself going to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. We each go to scan our key cards, and Eli's isn't ringing up as having Lightning Lane access to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Oh, no.
So I go back to talk to the kid working the Lightning Lane because Eli's motioning to me like, hey, Danny, I'm not getting through. So I go back because we're already walking because I'm thinking there's no problem. And I'm talking to this kid, and this kid's like just a real asshole.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, I told him, I'm like, look, dude, I'm not sure what the problem is, but I definitely bought Lightning Lane access for all of us. And he could care less. He didn't even try to be helpful.
He's like, hey, he did the pass. He did no pass.
Yeah, he's not bringing it up. I don't tell you. I'm like, dude, like, I'm not trying to scam you or anything like that. And I told him, like, look, dude, I bought this on Friday. The ride wasn't working. I went to the concierge. We had to move it to Sunday. And the whole time I'm doing this, I'm trying desperately to find the Lightning Lane reservation on my phone. Only my phone isn't working so well because of the water damage.
Oh, damn.
And my phone is dead.
Yeah.
It's no good.
I finally find it, but it doesn't show Eli being on the reservation. So I start saying, look, there's clearly some common error. Can you just go ahead and let him in? I bought one for my wife as well. She's not even here. He can have hers. Like, can you please just let him on? And he's like, well, even if I'll let him on, there's a second scan point. And he won't get past that. So no, I can't let him go.
So at that point, it was like Vietnam, like, save yourself.
Yeah. Eli's like, dude, don't worry about it. I'll see you when you get back. And I just like walked up. I'm like, dude, no, I'm getting my freaking money back. This is bullshit. Like, I was pissed, and I normally don't get that pissed. But that kid wasn't even trying to be helpful. He didn't even like say like, look, if you go talk to that guy over there and explain the situation, he might be able to go ahead and do nothing. Like, didn't point you out to the nearest person under the umbrella that could do nothing. So we're waiting to load, and I check my email because I want to see the Lightning Lane receipt because I know I bought it for everybody. And it takes a minute, but I find it, and sure enough, there it is. Here's my receipt. I bought Eli Lightning Lane access. And that's when it dawns on me, son of a the concierge at the Coronado asked for my room number. Eli wasn't
Eli's not on your room number.
Right.
No.
She was hot, but not that thorough.
Damn.
When she recreated the Lightning Lane passes for that day, she did it just for the people staying in the Casitas executive suite.
Damn.
Not for everyone I bought it for. So since Eli had his own room, didn't show up on the reservation, didn't get it. But I wasn't all that mad at her. It was an honest mistake. I could see where she made the mistake. I was more pissed at that kid because he didn't even try to figure out a way to reconcile it.
Yeah,
Like,
he just shut it down. Yeah.
I remember one time going to Animal Kingdom and being there with me and Lil and Anna. And I think the Raz ended up showing up for dinner. But Stephen Downs showed up before that, and we had passes for Avatar. He's like, I'm going to go with y'all. I'm like, dude, you don't have a fast pass. Like, no, I just talked to the guy.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
That's
and
funny.
so we go ahead and get in line. We scan ours. And he's like, yeah, I'm with them. You know, I tried to get it, but I couldn't get it. Is it okay if I just go in? The guy's like, you're with them? It's like, yeah, go ahead. That was it. That was as easy as it was. And that's Flight of Passage. That's like the one ride.
Right. Busy.
Yeah, that you care about riding in Animal Kingdom. This is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which I get it is up there, but it's not beyond Tron.
Unless it just didn't figure visually I should be in that group.
Mm-hmm.
I said
Bastard.
that.
Racist.
I said that.
Bastard.
Racist.
Said
The
that.
Santa's bastard.
Give my reparations on that. That's 3 free rides so far.
So we get out of there, and my mom and Anna are still riding Small World. They're still trying to get through that. So we decide
Oh my gosh.
to make up for the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train catastrophe by taking Eli to see some duck butt over at PhilharMagic.
Hey, all right.
Hey.
And we worked it just well, man. We got ourselves right in the spot where I could snap a photo of Eli with the duck butt.
Which, if you're in the group, you probably would have seen that picture,
Yes,
guys.
if
There
you were
was.
on our group page, you saw Eli with his duck butt.
I was happy.
After that, we run to my mom and Anna isn't feeling in the best of moods, shall we say. And this time, it wasn't even the heat.
Oh,
It
wow,
was the
yeah.
fact that she put on some suntan lotion and somehow on Small World lost a contact or something. And then when she went to put it back in, got suntan lotion in
No,
her eye.
that's painful.
Oh, yeah.
Ouch, I felt that.
So she's like extraordinarily moody,
No.
but insisting that she's fine, even though she's walking around with a scowl and one eye closed, looking like Popeye, like "Arr, matey." But she's clearly like she's ready to go.
She's in pain.
She
Yeah.
wants to leave. So
She's done.
we head for the entrance, and that's when I see the first aid station. And I'm like, look, we got to go over there. It's like, no, I'm fine. Leave me alone. I'm fine. Come. Like, no. We're going to this. Going to this
First aid's
aid
great.
station. Yeah. So I force her to go, and me and my mom leave. They go to Disney Springs because Emmy wanted to check that out. And we get in the first aid, and the people at first aid are like really, really cool. We walk in, and one of the nurses, she's got like the most beautiful singing voice in the world. She's singing Disney songs. I'm trying to remember which one she was singing when we walked in.
It was
Oh, it
like
was
off of the
great.
parade too. Like, what's she singing something off the Little Mermaid?
That's what I was thinking. It was part of your world, but I could be wrong. But she was so awesome. And she was trying to get the doctor to join in. And the doctor's like, no, my voice is not good enough. The doctor goes and washes out Anna's eyes and gives her some eye drops to take with her free of charge. And I mean, it's like, really? Like,
Yeah, first aid's great.
they like rape you for the cost of like a Coke, but, you know, medical care free. It's
And it was very cool in there
Yeah.
as well. Very chill.
I used to love that and baby care. The two of the best places in the park in the hot summer months.
Yeah, they know how to take care of you when you're not feeling at your best.
Yep.
So we head to the buses so we get back to Coronado and Anna could rest her eye. And we get to the bus stop for the Coronado, and what do you know? There's a bus waiting. So we're like, oh, this is our lucky day. Maybe things are working out. No. Turns out the bus has been sitting there slowly packing on people for quite some time now. I don't know why, but it's 2:00 in the afternoon on a Sunday, and that bus is just sitting there. And slowly, it's starting to fill up with people, and the bus driver still isn't moving.
Huh. That's weird.
So we make sure Anna and Lily get seats, and Eli and I are standing up, and we just wait. And slowly we keep getting pushed back. We used to be standing towards the front with Anna and Lily, but Eli and I get pushed further to the back. We must have stood there for like 15 minutes. And that's not even counting how long it was sitting there before we got there. I don't even know how long that was. And every so often, the bus driver would say, please move all the way to the back of the bus. So we keep complying, and eventually the people standing are just like elbow to elbow with one another. Eli and I are side by
Oh
side.
my gosh, no.
Like, we're towards the back door of the bus. There's the stairs that lead up to the last level of the bus. And there's like 3 women behind us who are backed up all the way to the stairs. And they're not moving beyond that. And so we moved up towards them. We've gone as far as we can go. Only that just wasn't enough room for the bus driver because he just continued to sit there and wait. And then more people came in and was like, once again, please move back to the bus.
Oh gosh.
I
What
mean,
the heck is that?
I don't know. It's at 2:00 in the afternoon. It wasn't like Wishes was not even Wishes. Whatever the fireworks.
Yeah,
are,
the big fireworks. Yeah.
this was not that.
No.
We're just stuck there, and finally, some obnoxious asshole who was sitting. He was sitting. He wasn't even standing. It was a dude. He wouldn't even get up to give his seat to any of the women, any of the elderly standing in the aisle. He just yells out so sardonically. It was just like, guys, it's not that hard. Just move back. And he's just like laughing to himself like he just made the best joke.
And he's not standing up. He's sitting in the seat.
I swear, if looks could kill, dude, there were looks exchanged amongst us who were standing at the back of the bus at the time. And if we could have, we would have risen as one and got to, and like just filleted that ass.
Like Braveheart on English.
no.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
For
yeah.
freedom! Oh God!
For Scotland.
I looked at Danny when that dude's like, "Yeah, just get in the back, just get in the back." I'm like, yeah, man, who am I, Rosa Parks? All of a sudden, this dude is wrong. Like, what the hell? Like, he's not even the bus driver.
Eli Parks.
So these 3 women, they're like,
Yeah.
they make a face and they're like, they're mad. And they make their way up the stairs and they get to the back of the bus over there. We follow them up there and we're standing in the aisle.
Holding on to the tight little belt buckle, whatever
and
it is.
Squeeze even more people into the bus.
I was packed.
It was like we were sitting there for like 30 minutes, Kev. I'm not kidding.
That's crazy.
I don't know what was going on. I'm like, dude, at some point in time, where's the next Coronado bus?
Yeah, whatever the bus shift was, like we didn't
That
get
was the
those
only
drivers
bus.
that day. Like we did not get
Damn,
the
that
right
sucks,
ones.
dude. That sucks.
But that bus did not move until every square inch of it was full.
Oh, it left an impression.
Yeah. Oh, it did.
in more ways than one, I'm sure.
So we go back to the room, and Anna goes and lies down, and we ask Lily what she wants to do, and of course, she wants to go back to Typhoon Lagoon.
Of course.
So we grab our bathing suits, and we head to the lobby since it's getting late, and we have dinner at 6:30 over at Storybook Dining at Artist Point, so we don't want to waste any time with the buses, especially after the last trip, so we go to call an Uber. Only again, Eli's phone isn't working,
Oh,
and now
no.
my phone is completely off. So now I'm resetting it, but I can't get it to turn back on. It's just not coming back up. So we're like, screw it. Let's just go to the buses instead. So we make our way to the buses. Next bus to Typhoon Lagoon, leaving in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
To the little screen.
Perfect.
So we're like, this sucks. So
No,
I'm messing with my phone.
Not perfect.
We sit there for a little bit. The time isn't changing. And it's like, ugh. All right, let's go back to the front. We'll see about calling a taxi. This is how desperate we were at this point in time.
Sure.
We're going to call a taxi to get to Typhoon Lagoon. We're waiting in line at Bell Services. The guy's like, well, I can see about calling a taxi. Let me just, I got to do something real quick. He leaves. We're waiting for him to come back. The whole process is taking way longer than what it needs to. Finally, miracle of miracles, my phone comes back on. I quickly book an Uber.
Yeah.
Of course, it grabs the one that's the furthest away. So we have to wait there. Finally, it shows up. We get the Uber. We get to Typhoon Lagoon. We walk through the entrance of Typhoon Lagoon just in time to hear Typhoon Lagoon will be closing in 1 hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Damn.
Lily has got her suit on. Eli and I still need to change. We need to get a locker, all that stuff. We like, baby, just go. Just go. Do your thing.
Do
Have
your
fun.
thing.
Leave all the stuff here. We'll watch everything. Just go. She's like, but y'all aren't going to come? Like, baby, I'd love to, but it would take too long for us to do that. You've got an hour. Please just enjoy it. You want
Plus,
to be
it was
here.
like her trip.
Yeah,
She
it was
wanted
her
to do
part.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
So again, we grab a table. Let's go slurping. A couple of banana cabanas.
Beautiful.
She runs into the wave pool for 20 minutes. And well, I want to say like at around the 15-minute mark, I'm like, okay, if she's going to see everything, we need to go. So I start looking for her in the wave pool and I can't find her anywhere. I'm like waiting in the wave pool in my shorts. My shorts hiked all the way up to my crotch, basically waving at. I get back and there's Lily sitting there with Eli, just like, hey, she came back looking for you. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, baby, you want to move on to the next thing? She's like, yeah, I want to go. I'm like, all right, cool. So we head to the storm slides and she goes and rides those and Eli and I go grab a seat over at Hammerhead Fred's, and we strike up a conversation with the bartender. She goes and do the storm slides, and once again, I'm like, it's been about 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go look for Lily. I go look for Lily. No, see no Lily. I come right back. There's Lily sitting right next to you. It's kind of funny.
That's the key.
I'm like, that's it. I'm not looking for you anymore. I'm just going to assume you know where to go.
Yeah, but then you won't find her.
Exactly.
Because she's looking for him.
You gotta go off, and then it'll show up with you.
That's our chemistry. Like when I think to look for her, she thinks to look for me.
And I'm just like, you stand still. What are you will find each other? Sit here with me.
And
one thing she wanted to do was Crush and Gusher because you never got to do that.
Right.
So we go hang out at the Tropical Amity Outpost, and she goes on Crush and Gusher. And problem with Crush and Gusher is that there's only one Crush and Gusher coaster that's suitable for one person.
Oh.
Everyone else, there's 3 slides, and only one you can do for one person. The other 2 require 2 people.
Huh.
So then we felt back. She only could do one of the Crush and Gusher coasters, roller water coasters.
Right, the water. Yeah.
So there's like 10 minutes left now, and I turn a little, and she's having fun. She's happy to be there. She says she's a little lonely, and she wishes she could have people to do things with. And I'm like, sweetie, I wish so too. But we've got 5 minutes left now at this point in time. Is there anything else you want to do? Like, more of those hot dogs would be nice.
Oh, nice.
So we go back to Surf Doggies. And we get there with like a minute to spare. And those people still served us. It was so cool.
Yeah.
So we ordered, sat down, and Lily ordered 2 hot dogs. Eli, I think you got a hot dog too, right?
I did get a hot dog as well. Yeah.
And that was one of my favorite parts of the trip. We just sat there, the 3 of us. They enjoyed their hot dogs. I had a drink. They had drinks and stuff like that. And we just watched them close down Typhoon Lagoon as we sat there. Talking, laughing, drinking, eating.
We engaged with a couple of patrons. Like I think one patron thought that you and Lily were like the same person or something like that. Because Lily, because like Lily was like sitting sideways, chilling out.
Okay,
yeah.
So it looked like legs.
Yeah, her legs were like she was like lying back on me.
Right.
We were waiting the whole time. We were expecting that at some point in time the park is clearly closed. Someone's going to tell us to leave, but no one ever did. I think it was like one of my favorite memories of the trip was just sitting there, just enjoying it. And the park was completely empty.
Yeah. They were putting barricades and stuff like that. But yeah.
That's like getting the last reservation of the night in the park.
Yeah, it was so cool. So then it becomes time to leave. And like, all right, come on, we need to start going. So our only bus option was Disney Springs. So we went there and walked around a bit. Check out the Art of Disney store, which is still really cool.
Very beautiful.
Yes.
But man, what a pain in the ass to get there now, dude. Like it used to be the first stop that you had when you exited to go to downtown Disney. Now, if you want to get there, you got some walking to do. But we got to meet Disney artist David Doss, whose artwork I have hanging in my house, even in the man cave. Kevin got me that nice piece by him right behind me.
Oh, he was over there, really?
Yeah, he was there with his wife.
Way.
With his wife, yeah. We had a good conversation.
Really nice guy. Really nice guy.
Dude, while we're there, he's got like pictures of everything, every resort, every park, everything. Like,
I didn't see that.
I want a Typhoon Lagoon. You got a Typhoon Lagoon piece? I'd love to buy one. Got so much of your work hanging in my house, and he's like, "Yeah, it's on my list of things to do." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, like, come on, it's Typhoon Lagoon. Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it one day." So he gives me his contact info and everything like that. And so I'm hoping we will see something Typhoon Lagoon related sometime soon. But no Typhoon Lagoon.
But very engaging artist and his wife. Very nice people.
Yeah, they were nice. People. Yeah, I met them at the American Adventure. They were really good people.
There was another Disney artist named Larry Dotson who was there, and his work is beautiful as well. But again, no Typhoon Lagoon, but a lot of great pieces. Hila and I were actually contemplating buying a few pieces.
Yeah, really.
When all of a sudden I looked at him like, dude, we got 20 minutes until dinner. So we hightailed it out of there. We had to run over to the buses.
Literally.
Yeah, and we get to Storybook Dining at our spot. And the whole time my mom's texting me, and I'm trying to text her back, but I can't text her because my phone ain't working so well. So we get there, we get seated, and I think I said this last week, but I'll say it again. It's another prefix menu, but at least we knew that going into it in advance. This one was going to be $60 a person.
And that's been prefixed, for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
The waitress comes by to take her order, and she asked what Lily wants, and I said, babe, what do you want to eat? And she's like, I'm full from my hot dogs over at Typhoon Lagoon. And I'm like, oh, okay, she don't need anything. She's fine. The waitress says, well, that's good and all, but if she's sitting here, you're getting charged for dinner. And that's crazy to me. It's like, really? Like, we're not trying to get anything over on you. Like, 5 other adults are ordering food, just the 12-year-olds that don't have as much of an appetite as you guys think she does because y'all think she's an adult. But it was no use. I mean, just by sitting there,
They weren't hearing it.
Yeah, they weren't going to hear it. They weren't going to make any exception. It was $60 for her to sit there. So it was no avail. So we just had her order something, and I doubt they even touched the food. I really do.
No, that's so
But
stupid.
the only real negative experience was that, though. The food there was okay. Nothing special,
Okay.
but good. But the character interaction was beyond great. The character interaction there is one of the best. As usual, Grumpy was the star of the show.
Because we all were grumpy at that point.
First time he comes around, he sees Emmy, and she's wearing her 3 Caballeros Mickey ears.
Perfect.
So he sees her ears, and he points to him, and he pretends to play the guitar, and then he sticks his fingers in his ears. At first, I'm like looking at him, I didn't catch it. He's pantomiming something. He's trying to say something. He does it again, and then I catch it. What he was saying is that those guys on your hat who play the music, it hurts my ears because it's so terrible.
He didn't want to hear it.
So
Yeah.
he's basically saying the 3 Caballeros suck.
Good for him.
Yeah. He takes pictures with everyone else, and he's just hamming it up, crossing his arms, motion, doing like that phooey, like kind of hand gesture as he walks away. Well, later in the evening, he comes back.
Oh, no.
Emmy's head is turned. She's facing us because we're all talking. And he walks right up behind her, lowers his face so that way he's eye level with Emmy. And he starts leaning in a little bit by little bit. He just starts leaning in. She has no idea that right behind her is Grumpy. And it took us a while to register it because we weren't looking exactly at him. We were talking amongst each other, and we look and we see what he's doing. And he gets closer and closer into that big bulbous nose, touches her ever so gently on the cheek, and she whips around and is staring full force into Grumpy's face and lets out this blood-curdling scream that echoed throughout the entire restaurant. Other tables were looking like, what the hell? It was so awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. He scared the
He scared the hell out of it. Yeah.
But after that, they took pictures. They were friends, and it was just
That's
Grumpy.
beautiful. I love it.
I don't know who's playing Grumpy there, but that's the second time we've been there. That dude deserves a raise. I mean, that dude.
What day was that? Oh, that was the Thursday?
No, that was Sunday.
Yeah, when Grumpy did that, I was like, oh, man.
That was hot.
I had a good time.
What was it, the 14th or something? What is the 21st.
I don't know. When you're on vacation, you don't count the days, Kevin.
I just want to say shout outs to whoever's doing Grumpy that day at the hardest points.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe on the 21st of May. If that was you, good on you.
It's one of those things where it's like Artist Point is not what Artist Point used to be.
Right.
The food is not as good as it used to be. Even
Don't have the soup.
They do have the soup.
Oh, I remember you
But
telling
the
me.
mushroom soup,
It's
on
like
it,
itty
you
bitty, like you have like 3 sips and it's gone.
gotta eat it.
Yeah.
They don't give you a choice.
Yeah, they give you the mushroom soup. It's not as good, but the character interaction, I mean, Grumpy just steals the show every time.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that was fun. They
I
did,
love it.
They did music for everybody to come out and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a lot more interactive.
Dopey also came by, and for those who don't know, Dopey is my absolute favorite Disney character. He saw me wearing, because I had my Dopey DJ shirt on.
Nice.
You know, it says dope on it, and he's doing the DJ. Kind of like that Bruce Lee shirt where he's like DJing. I have one with that with Dopey. And he sees my shirt and he gets all excited and he keeps pointing at me and like laughing with his fingers. Like, and then he pulls me aside. He's like, come on, come up here with me. And then he gives me a huge hug and we take pictures. And then I go, and Dopey daps me off, man.
What?
Dopey dapped me off.
Nice.
That was so cool, man.
Wow.
I was so happy with that. Snow White also came by, and the girl did a nice job of Snow White, but she just clearly doesn't have as much to do as Snow White. Like she's very nice, and if you have like a little kid there, it's great. But she can't really interact on the same level. But she was cool, but overshadowed by Grumpy and Dopey. But then, as dinner's ending, you get called to see the Evil Queen. Now, Emmy's mom, my sister, her name is Sandy. She's probably listening right now.
I'm sure she's listening.
She's known for having, let's say, a skosh of evil to her.
Well, she's dressed up as the character before a Halloween
is that her favorite?
party.
Yeah, no, that's not. Her favorite is Maleficent. So my sister's got a bit of a temper.
A slight bit. But she did drive us there, so thank you.
Is she like Donald? Donald has a temper.
No, actually, Aaron, her husband, that's his favorite character, is Donald.
Shout
Her
out.
favorite Disney character is Maleficent.
Yes.
Oh.
And she dresses as Maleficent. So she got a bit of a temper. She dresses as Maleficent. One time she cropped Eli and his daughter out of a family photo.
Yes,
that happened.
That did happen.
So the ongoing joke at the restaurant is, well, the evil queen doesn't come to your table. You have to go see her.
Right.
And we're all like, evil queen, Emmy, when did your mom get here?
Hey!
So we're just playing it up like that. So when we go see the evil queen, Emmy goes right up to the evil queen and goes, hi, Mom. And that was the first time I nearly saw the evil queen break character. Like, you could really tell she was trying not to laugh. But she just kind of like did a little thing, just gave Emmy a little like side eye kind of thing. And Lily was turning 13 the next day, so Anna asked her for advice on how to raise a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And she was like, I have no use for children. Like,
Nice.
just, it was something to that
No,
effect.
she said, I have some recipes you could borrow.
Oh, that's what it was.
No.
Yeah, I was like, whoa,
Cook 'em,
whoa.
she
I was
said.
like, I told her, I was like, don't take her advice.
Good Lord.
You'll be on
exactly what it
2020. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that part of their trip report. Look, if you want to catch the other two halves, 475, 476, go to magicourway.com. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Plus, if you want to get in touch with us to share your opinions on their trip, regarding trip planning, what have you, you can do so through the following ways. First, shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com or call or send us a text message at 1-815-WEEKEND. That is 1-815-
Mo Weekend.
669-4226. Plus, we have a couple people do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli, does things with comics. Yo, dude, what's up?
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what's up. You go to www.ivorcomics.com and see what I have going on there. That's Project Geisha, The Molly Be Damned, and Savages. Fully colored comic books. The only ad for them is for the Magic Our Way podcast. That's more than what DC, Marvel, anybody else will do, right? Fully colored stuff. Get that for half the price for like 2 issues. I mean, like, you gotta love that. You gotta love that. Yeah. You know, you get blog posts, your interviews, and of course, a link to the Magic Our Way podcast so you never miss a beat, never miss an episode, never miss a piece of insight. That's how that's gotta work, because that's how it needs to work. On social media, you can find me there. Facebook, Eli H. Ivory is how you're going to find me, as long as you are a real person. I love to meet you, but if you are a bot, I cannot greet you. Cannot greet you. I've actually had real people that say, hey, I love your work, and I'm not a bot. And I say, prove it. That's how serious I am about
Not a
that.
bot.
I'm not
How
a
do
bot.
you make
Not
people
a zoo.
prove they're not a bot?
Well, you got to do things out of it. You got to throw us, say, hey, what did I say in this episode? Or what did I say here? And if it's a bot, they're like, I do not know, cannot compute,
Not a
send you weird pictures,
Not a zoo.
you know. But, you know, if they're a real person, like, oh, yeah, I love that part when you said this and that. You're like, all right, now you're a friend, you know. But, yeah, I watch it. Bots, I watch it.
But
I watch it. Project Geisha has a Facebook page. Really proud of that. People have been posting up some likes on that. And I appreciate that. Thank you very much. On Facebook.com/Project Geisha. Instagram, I post up the hearts and the likes out there and share my story, because that's all about the glory right there for the Magic Our Way podcast. EIV504. That's how you get that glory in your life right there. And then on Twitter, unless Elon Musk said, dude, we're going to send you to the moon because you just too fly. I can be found at Hancock 10166. So if you appreciate the madness, then you just bringing me the gladness. Thank y'all very much.
And even though Rachel's not on the show, she left a quick message on how to book a vacation to one of the Disney parks with her. Of course, every little bit helps our show. Rachel, what we got going on?
This is Rachel, one of the hosts of the Magic Our Way podcast. I would be honored to help your family book your vacation to Disney destinations, Universal, cruise lines, and major hotel brands around the world. Booking with me is at no extra cost to you. The cost of a travel agent is built into the cost of your vacation, whether you use one or not. And when you book with me, a little bit of your trip comes back to support the podcast and the fan community here at Magic Our Way. You can reach me at Rachel, RACHEL, at magicourway.com, or you can find me at R, the letter R, Family Magic, so Our Family Magic, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You can also give me a call or a text. My phone number is 978-432-WISH. Reach out today and let's make some magic with your family vacation.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, guys, if you want to access all the information we just mentioned, go to magicourway.com/magicourway. Also, if you want to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast, go to patreon.com/magicourway. There you'll find 6 awesome tiers to support this show. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are welcome on the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So, Mohegans, we say Kwaharini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.